Shields up, Iron Breakers. Shirrako here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about a story that I was made aware of earlier this morning simply because it hits too close to home, if I'm to be completely honest. And it is completely and utterly ridiculous the proportions that this thing took and what actually took to fix it again. I'm still blown away by the outcome of what happened here. It makes no sense to me whatsoever that this could even happen. But let's begin, shall we? So the whole thing doesn't actually begin with this article. The whole thing begins with this YouTuber by the name of Shirrako, who apparently was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in a live stream, and he decided to kill one of the feminist suffragettes in Red Dead Redemption 2. According to what he was saying, he was trying to buy stuff at a store, and it kept on, this character, this NPC, just kept on screaming and screaming about her right to vote and all this stuff, and he went in there and he killed her. Because that's something that you can do in Red Dead Redemption. You can basically kill any NPC you want, because that's the type of game that it is. Pretty much like what you can do in Grand Theft Auto, which is why Grand Theft Auto itself has seen its own share of controversial articles written on it. But anyways, when he did that, his stream apparently thought it was pretty funny, so he went ahead and he made a clip and he put it up on YouTube, which is something that a lot of streamers do. I myself do that stuff a bunch of times. Not as often as I really should because I'm lazy, but I really should do it more often. But ultimately, he did that. And as such, that video actually got a lot of people to watch it, and it got millions of views, okay? Now, there are two reasons why a writer would write an article on something like that. One, because it is related to a really popular video game right now, which is Red Dead Redemption 2. And two, because the video has millions of views, and therefore it is extremely good for clickbait journalism. So anyways, he went ahead and he wrote this article. Red Dead Redemption 2 players are excited to attack and kill feminists in the game. That sounds like an accurate representation of what happened. Clearly, this person, Shirrako, has homicidal tendencies towards females. That's pretty much what it is. He was pretty excited to attack and kill feminists in the game. We scroll down. Content warning. This post contains discussion of violence against women, particularly virtual ones. No, they actually talk about violence against women later down in the post, but it is this gross exaggeration that somehow what the YouTuber / live streamer did is something that should have impact in real life. This is a video game. Video games are places of escapism, are places where you can just do whatever the hell you want. And if you want to punch a feminist because she won't shut the fuck up, you can punch a feminist because she won't shut the fuck up. That's what a video game is all about. If there was a character that looked exactly like me and kept interrupting and chasing you down and annoying you, you'd probably would want to kill him too. Does that mean that you want to kill me too? Is that how that works? God damn, I better be careful. Anyway, continuing onwards. Specifically, there's a suffragette in St. Denis, the game's analog for New Orleans, who is campaigning for her right to vote. She stands on a public street with a sign, sash, and loudly proclaims, "Let me vote." One of the main reasons Red Dead Redemption 2 is such an interesting game is that it allows the player to approach and resolve situations in a variety of ways. Players can shoot, rob, talk, and beat up almost any character they see. Hey, accurate reporting, which at times leads to surprising outcomes. It's this same design that allowed a YouTuber going by the handle Shirrako to upload a video of himself walking up to that suffragette and punching her unconscious. The video titled Red Dead Redemption 2, Beating Up an Annoying Feminist, was uploaded on October 28th and currently has 1.2 million views, which is probably one of the main reasons why you wrote this article. That and because you're probably just waiting to be offended by just about anything that could potentially happen anywhere. Shirrako, perhaps because they saw how popular the video became, quickly followed it up with a video of them trying to feed the suffragette to an alligator and another one of them lassoing and leaving her on the train tracks to get hit by a train. Now, does this sound familiar to any of you guys that watch my Twitch live stream where I also have played Red Dead Redemption? Does it sound familiar at all? Because I did the exact same thing, but I didn't do it to a feminist. Instead, I did it to a member of the KKK. Which apparently is more socially acceptable because it's not a woman and it's also someone who is clearly a racist. And so that's fine. We can kill those people. We don't have to feel sorry about it, apparently. And naturally, because of the fact that I did this, that I essentially, the first KKK gathering that I encountered, I believe that I burned them at their own cross. And then the second one, I basically hog-tied them, dragged them around in my horse for a little bit, put them on the train tracks, drag them around the train tracks, and tried putting him in the water to get eaten by an alligator. But guess what? Not even the alligator wanted to eat him. But anyway, does that mean that I'm going to go out there and try to find a KKK member and kill him and then take him to the zoo and try to feed him to an alligator? No, I would never do that, because regardless of their beliefs, it's still a human being, and I don't intend to go out there and murder another human being. That's just not me. The same way that most likely Shirrako doesn't feel like going out into the street and punching a feminist in the mouth. That's probably not the way that he feels, but that's just me saying. Anyways, then he goes on to say the comments on these videos, as you might expect, are horrible. Some users think it's hilarious. Others say this is what every feminist deserves, while others complain about how alimony laws favor women and echo each other's man's rights talking points, because men shouldn't have any rights whatsoever. Anyways, I'm not even going to get into that particular discussion, because it's like, I'm not against anyone. I'm not taking a grand stance here. What I'm saying is that a YouTuber should be free to do the content that he wants to do, so long as it's not harming anyone. And this content is clearly not harming anyone. Now, when you dive down into the YouTube comment sections, I mean, we know what the YouTube comment section is like. There's always some pretty fucked up people in there. Luckily, I'm a little bit luckier with my community, and very rarely do I see like blatant racist garbage or something along those lines. Again, I'm lucky like that. But most bigger YouTubers will see a ton of that shit in that comment section. That's just the internet. That's what it's like wherever you go. Doesn't matter if it's on YouTube, doesn't matter if it's on Reddit, you will always find toxic people on the internet. Guess what? It's because of the anonymity. I'm pretty sure that if your website allowed for public comments, which I don't know and I don't care to know, I'm pretty sure that you could find some pretty fucked up people in your comment section as well. But then again, you probably don't even check that, do you? Because you don't really care about community. You only care about promoting divisiveness and throwing people off into the sharks. But essentially what happened was that after this article was written, this YouTuber was actually banned from YouTube. Now, this article claims YouTuber suspended. What actually said when you went to his account was this account was terminated for violation of YouTube's community guidelines. Okay, so this person writes an article for a video that had been up for a pretty long time, and literally after he wrote this article, the whole channel gets terminated. Okay? Now, understand something. I think that you should be completely free to write this article and to post it up online and to say whatever the fuck you want. And I will fight to the death to defend your right to do that. But, god damn, did YouTube take this the wrong fucking way. Did YouTube not just immediately jumped into it and fucking terminated this person's channel? That's fucked up. That's fucked up beyond whatever. YouTuber suspended for video of killing feminist in Red Dead Redemption 2. So now, his narrative over here changes a little bit. He's no longer against the YouTuber. His concern was, what was most disturbing was that it found such a rabid audience so quickly, in which in no uncertain terms proclaimed its hatred of feminists. So basically now he's blaming the audience. Now he's saying, oh, the thing that annoyed me the most is that the audience was so toxic. So wait a minute. So it's no longer about the players being excited to attack and kill feminists in the game. It's no longer about Shirrako being excited to kill feminists in the game. No. The problem now that Shirrako is victimized by YouTube, the problem now is Shirrako's audience and how toxic they are. I don't think I need to go into any further details as to why this is such a disgusting take, okay? But again, you should be free to do it. And guess what? So should Shirrako be free to upload a video of himself in a video game punching a suffragette, a feminist, and feeding her to an alligator. He's free to do that as well. That's how freedom of speech works. You don't just get freedom of speech to say the shit that you care for and nobody else can say or do or post anything that you don't care for. That's how it should work. Unfortunately, it's not. But anyways, continuing onwards, how exactly was this situation solved? Oh boy. Keemstar. Keemstar went up and made a video explaining to YouTube Gaming, Team YouTube, I don't know who that's Ryan Wyatt. Ryan Wyatt and Susan Wachowski. He made a video explaining just how hypocritical the decision was to ban this YouTuber over punching a feminist, considering all the things that you can actually do to men in that same game. Because you basically spend a great portion of that game slaughtering people by the hundreds. Like, I remember there was a mission that I particularly didn't care for because I don't want to be, I like to role play the whole lone gunslinger type of deal. And there was a mission in there where I basically had to shoot up half a town in order to break someone out of jail. And I killed like half of the inhabitants of that town. And I didn't want it to do that. Not because of any, I don't like killing people in video games. No, none of that. I just didn't want it to role play it like that. It just kind of played out like that. Nobody cares about that because I think pretty much all of the characters that I killed were men. Nobody cares that I killed like 100 men on that one mission. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's going out saying, oh man, these friggin' YouTubers just want to go out and start killing people, because that's the whole point of the game, to have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want. So nobody cared about that. But basically that's the point that Keemstar made. He's like, you understand that in this video game, you can murder people by the hundreds. So basically, if you can't show him beating up a feminist, then he shouldn't be able to show anything of that game. Hell, we shouldn't be able to show anything on any game that involves killing people. And like Keemstar mentioned, we shouldn't be able to even show Fortnite because it also involves shooting other people. Do you understand the problem here? And immediately after Keemstar did his thing, YouTube backtracked. Keem, thanks for your input. This was flagged this AM to me. The videos were re-reviewed, and we determined they should be age-restricted as they were not community guideline violations. The channel will be reinstated. All 8,000 videos will be rolled back to his channel. This right here is fucking ridiculous. And YouTube, you need to be better. You need to be better than this. Like, what the fuck? What would happen if Keemstar didn't bring attention to this? Like, I'm not going to say that I'm a Keemstar fan, because I'm not. I don't care about YouTube drama. I don't care for that shit. But you got to give it to him. He did this guy a solid. Because if someone with the reach and clout of Keemstar did not reach out to YouTube, where would Shirrako be right now? With a banned fucking channel, and not a single person in the world would give two fucks about him. Think about that.